Hello. Okay, I hope this looks okay. I decided to go away from Excel and to use Word instead because there's just lots of formatting issues and there's not that many calculations. Word can handle these okay. And hopefully the end user is served by this. This should be a little bit easier to use. Each one of these gray boxes is an expandable field. So they would just select whichever one they want, go through, type whatever they need. Obviously, and then I'm just tabbing through all the fields as I go through. I'm not really sure, I'll have a question for you about this later, why there's multiple options, or there's an option for multiple trainees that's in conflict with the rest of the form where there's only a single trainee listed. I would recommend restricting this to a single trainee and then having a new form for each one. But I don't even know who's using this. And that's a standard. I really should have asked who will be filling this out and then what is done with them, because that informs some of the best ways to make a form. But anyway, none of these are all just open fields. Like I said, you just tab through them. One thing I did want to show you, supervisor names. And alternate name and alternate name. And of course, these are all selection boxes, etc. The reason why I filled these in specifically, and this can be done with other fields as well, but these lended itself, and there was a 1-to-1 ratio. But instead of typing, anytime you have the same information listed over and over again, you can just copy it. So these three names come up again right here. So, and because it is a direct relationship, I can put that reference in there. And so if the end user fills it out one time, and then it fills it out wherever else it's needed on the form. Could do that with the trainee, but again, it asks for multiple names at the top, or allows for multiple names. And then for the rest of the document, there's only one possibility, one name listed. So doing a reference to both of them doesn't work. Let's see if there's anything else to show you. Oh yeah, this works just fine. So by the time you get here, so scale 1, we're going to do that for 25 hours. And these calculations, anytime you see these auto numbers complete, it's once you tab out of the field, it runs the calculation. So 2, we're going to do that for 5 hours. And as you can see, it changes the percentage and updates the totals at the bottom. Let's see, these are all selectable and unselectable. ONet code, I'm just trying to think of the end user again. If they don't know what that is, then I have a control click that opens up, well, you can't see it because I'm recording just the application, but it just opened up a web page with the ONet code connector so they can look up what the code would be. It's a pretty easy to use site. Let's see what else. I didn't use any date fields or date pickers because it conflicted. It was two types of controls, legacy versus ActiveX, and that didn't work. Yeah, so here's some other places where the references could be like the trainee would go directly into this participant. That job title listed above could come here. That I'm not sure. Yeah, the work site would also populate here. Everything is fillable. These are drop downs. So you just select exceed, satisfactory, needs improvement, not applicable. I wasn't sure if there's any grading that happened, but it's pretty easy if you wanted to, once this grade scale is fully completed, to come out with an average for the, like a one grade for all of these criteria. And of course, these are longer fields where you can type in much longer lorem ipsum. I think it's long enough to where, see if it goes to the next line. It does. Okay, that works. I was having some problems with that earlier. And of course, I left the participant ones blank, or all the signature lines blank because figured they'll have to sign it through DocuSign or print this out and sign when you're finished. So I think this will work well. There's lots of ways to improve it, and there's lots of ways. The form itself is quite confusing, just in terms of how the information is organized. And I hope I'm not being too critical. I really am trying to help. But I also approached it from a possible end user and perspective. And so, for example, I'm not sure why there is the evaluation sheet that's attached to the form. Because if you have to use this twice, does that imply that the entire form needs to be completed twice? Should this be an addendum? Should this be a separate form? I really don't know. But anyway, yeah, before I started working on this and spending this long on it, I should have asked quite a few questions. I should have done my librarian reference interview. But anyway, I hope that helps. I wanted to get this to you before the end of the day. So I kind of cut it short. There's a few more improvements I could make, but for now, I just wanted to send this to you, see if I'm headed in the right direction. If not, that's totally fine too. Your Excel sheet looks pretty good. All I did was clean up some of the I simplified some of the equations for that skill percentage breakdown, and there were no spelling errors or anything like that. I really couldn't make it look any better because you're trapped in that grid of rows and columns, and if you try and make space in one area, it actually crowds something out down 2 or 3 sheets at the bottom. Um, Needed a little bit more grid control in segments, and there's a way to do that in Excel, but it gets really complicated when it comes to like edit it. But anyway, I thought this would work a little bit better, so hope you like it. If not, that's okay too. I'm always glad to help. So let's stop the share and we will send that to you.